All right, so the homework's going to be in Alex today, and it has both. It has the prisms and cylinders, and then it's going to have some pyramids and cones. So let's try both. See, here's a pyramid on problem number 3. Here's a prism on problem number 1. So, look, when we are, I want to make sure my pen's going to work good. Okay, dealing with prisms, we have a lateral area that is the perimeter of the base times the height. And the perimeter of the base would be 8 plus 8 plus 8 back here plus 8 over here. That's 32. Okay, so the perimeter is 32. And then the height is this vertical distance between one top base and the bottom base. Now, it could be sitting on its side when I said vertical distance. Man, you know, it's on this cube, you can't tell the difference between one face and another. So it doesn't matter which one you call the base. But it does to me look like it's sitting on this this base right here. Let me shade it in, okay? And then there's, you know, this top base up here. Anyways, we need to add those two bases in if we want the surface area. So, I forgot to finish off my lateral area. I got to multiply that by 8. Okay, so what do we get? We get 240 plus 16 more. I think that's 256, and then it's going to be square feet. All right, but don't put that in there, because we got to add a top base and a bottom base. And the bases are 64 because it's a square, right? So the area of the base, usually we use a capital B for base. 8 times 8 is 64 square feet, okay? So my surface area is going to be the 256 number plus 2 bases. 64s, 2 64s. That's 128 more onto that is going to be something like 384 maybe. Okay, don't quote me on that, but you'll have different numbers on your problem, right? Okay, so that's a review of the notes that we have at the top of our paper. Okay, so, I know where the notes are. I was going the wrong way here. So at the top of the paper, we have prisms and cylinders. At the bottom of our notes, we have pyramids and cones. So let's see one of those type of problems where we have a pyramid, okay? And see, now they're breaking it down to, you know, the area of the base, and then one lateral face, and then the lateral, they call it lateral surface area. I just call it lateral area. We'll work through this, okay? So the base is this kind of blue shape. You know, they highlighted it in blue. And the dashed line to me doesn't look like it goes all the way down to the base, because I think it's going on that right angle symbol there. But it's telling me the height of the base is 3.5, and then it's an equilateral triangle. It says it right up in here somewhere, equilateral triangle. And so this side over here is 4. They only put a 4 on this edge, but all the edges of the base are 4. So sometimes pulling out the drawing and you know, just putting it off to the side and maybe labeling it helps our brain go, okay, so I'm looking at the base. The height of the base is 3.5, and the base edge, if you will, the base of the triangle is 4. So I go 1/2 4 times 3.5, again without Desmos, I think I can do this. Half of 4 is 2, 2 times 3.5 is 7. So the area of the base is 7 square inches, okay? Remember, area formula for a triangle. Triangle is equal to 1/2 the base. Notice I use the lowercase b, because when we say the base of a triangle, we're talking an edge length, right? So that's the base times the height, and half of it for the area of a triangle. All right, so we got 7 square inches for that base in blue, and then it says find the area of one lateral face of the pyramid. So I think what they're leading up to is, instead of using 1/2 perimeter times slant height, they're saying, you know what, let's just find one triangle, and then we'll add, you know, 2 more, or multiply by 3, okay? So here's the triangle's height, which is 6. The triangle's base is 4. So I'm going to go 1/2 6 times 4. Boy, I hope this isn't confusing. Why aren't they using perimeter times slant height? They're using just 1/2 base times height to find the area of this triangle right here. and then they're going to multiply it by 3 because there's 1, 2, 3 triangles. Anyways, I get 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So this answer right here would be 12. And then it says, now what's the lateral area? Well, 3 times 12 would be 36. And then it says use the net to find the total surface area. Well, we got this blue base here, and then we got 36 for the sides. So it's 7 plus 36. So 36 plus 7 is, I think, 43, isn't it? So I get 43 square inches. All right, man, I hope I'm making this clear because it can be very tricky how to manage all these different formulas. All right, well, here we go again. I kind of like this one better because we don't have that find area of one triangle question. We just have find the lateral area. See how they do lateral surface area? I don't like that really. Just call it lateral area. And then we got the whole surface area. So here we go, 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Oh, good, they give us the slant height is 7, and they give us the diameter is 12. This won't be so bad. So if I go 1/2, let me leave the perimeter alone for just a second and just put 7 in there because they're giving us the slant height right there. Now the perimeter of the base is pi times diameter. It's called the circumference, pi times diameter. See, I write the formula down, it helps my brain out. It says, oh, I just plugged 12 in for D. Yes, I do. Usually put the number in front of pi. They want me to use 3.14 so that, we get a decimal answer that the computer can check. So now we definitely need Desmos, right? You jump over and you open up Desmos, and I mean, it doesn't take that long to open that up, right? What was the 12 pi? I want to go 12 times pi. Oh, but it doesn't want me to do that. It wants me to go 12 times 3.14. 3.14. Oh, geez, how'd that happen? I missed the decimal point. Okay, 37.68. So I jump back over here and I say, okay, well, let's see. I need 36.78 right here. So, I still got to multiply by 7 and divide by 2. So I could do times 7 divided by 2, and I get 131.88. Do you see how I can just multiply like that and then divide by 2? That'll work. Oh, and then I jump back over here, 131.88. 131.88, and then you're going to want square inches because we're talking about an area. Now I'm going to take that number and I'm going to add the area of the base. The area of the base is pi r squared, right? Pi r squared. So I go pi times 6 squared because the radius is only 6 long if the diameter is 12, right? So let's jump back over here, and I jump over to the right, and I go plus 36 times 3.14, and I get 244.92. 244.92. 244.92 square inches. All right? Whew, this is a lot to manage. I know it's a Tuesday after a 3-day weekend. Good luck, everybody.